Today is day 2, and the second B is burning desire. And so what does that mean, right? So we always come into our businesses and we set goals and we want to do great things and we see a huge opportunity and we have a huge vision for ourselves. And a lot of times, some people take on, a lot when they're doing this. Maybe you have a family, maybe you have another full-time job, maybe you have other things going on in your life, like a family member that needs your help with their health, or other things that you have to attend to that come into our lives and can affect, how we show up in our business, our energy, how we feel. And a lot of times our businesses may be a side gig, or they may be something that we don't feel we have to do. And if you want your business to be a business and to be super successful and provide you everything that you want to be provided and your goals and your dreams for your business, then these are the times when you have all that other stuff going on, when a burning desire has to be ignited so that you keep pushing through during those times. So just to give you an example, in my business, there was a time when I was moving, my whole house. It sold in 48 hours, which I was so blessed. But I had to pack up my whole house, get it moved, and then we had a kind of 3-week transition before we even could move into a new house that I was out searching for and looking for. In the meantime, I was packing for a cruise. We were going on a cruise the same exact time, and it was nut house. And I thought to myself every day, how am I going to show up in my business? Everything's crazy, life's crazy. There was so much other stuff going on. And I still had a full-time job at that point. I was teaching middle school. And so I was going to work full-time. I was trying to pack up one house, trying to find and buy a new house so we weren't homeless. And I was planning for a cruise that we were going on the next week. But you know what? If I didn't have that burning desire to show up in my business and to build my business and treat my business like a business, I would have just let it go to the wayside. And I was like, you know what? I have too much going on. I can't focus on this right now, and not done it. And it wound up being that month, going into the next month, was one of the most crucial months in my business. I actually had one of the best volumes in my business at that point, and it catapulted me, because of the time period that it was, to have an even better year. And so we have to have that burning desire to show up even when it's not convenient to show up, or to do the things that we need to do to keep our business moving forward, even when it doesn't feel like something that we want to do. Or maybe we're having an emotional time, or maybe something's going on that is affecting us. And if we don't show up, then our business isn't being built. And it all comes from that burning desire in your gut. And so you can create this. It's something that you can work on and say, and just, become very self-aware. Am I treating my business like a hobby? Is that what I want it to be? Or am I treating it like a business and that's what I want it to be? Because there's a difference. And it just all depends on what you want. But long-term success, even if it is a hobby, you still have to have that burning desire to show up when it's hard. And so we're talking about that a lot today. And I'm going to just say, I'm going to give you some tips of things that you can do to create this burning desire, or to ensure this burning desire is right for where you're at. And it doesn't matter, if you're showing up with this burning desire right now in your business and in your company, then you're going to continue to move forward. And let's say 5 years from now, things change, or you run into some roadblocks and other paths have to open up. As long as you keep that burning desire for your end goal and what you want for your life and what you want for yourself and why you're doing this, then you're going to continue to have those pathways that are going to lead you to that end goal of what you absolutely desire. And so I wrote down some things. I really want to like hone in on this and not miss one of them. So I wrote them down so I can like give you the deets. Being 100% committed to anything is hard, right? It's not easy to be 100% committed to something, especially when, let's say you're having a bad month, or you're getting 1,000 no's, or you're getting tons of resistance, and you start questioning yourself. You start questioning if this is right for you. You start questioning, can I do this? Am I able? It's that moment when that burning desire ignites that you keep pushing forward when it's hard. Entrepreneurship and building a business, guys, it's a roller coaster ride. I mean, it's like you have ups where like things are going awesome, things are rocking in your business, the money's flowing, you're advancing in rank or whatever it is your goal is. And then next thing you know, it's like, choom, it's like, you know, you're down in the dumps and nothing's going right. And it seems like no matter what you're doing, you're not affecting people and no one's joining you and no one wants to be on your team and your sales are down and you get in like this low, but I promise you the ride comes back up if you keep plugging on and you keep that burning desire that ignites you just showing up and being super consistent. That ride's coming back up. It's going to come back up. You just have to keep that flame burning. And a lot of times, especially in our industry, it is the low point when people quit. It is the low point when people are in that space and they're feeling that resistance and they say, you know what, this is too hard, I'm out. Or they put it on the back burner and, you know, maybe I'll pick it up later. Or they feel those things inside of them and it's just like, they stop. And it's the moment and the people that see true success in their business long term, that you're in that low, that you use that to crank it up and you crank up that burning desire that you want and have that vision of why you're doing this and let it pull you and lead you to keep going and keep showing up and keep being consistent as hell and amp it up. Because in those moments, if you amp up your consistency and you amp up your content and you amp up what you're serving to people and what value you're giving, the faster you're going to see that ride kind of go back up to the top. So, I'm going to give you, 7 ways to create burning desire. And I thought about these and I wrote them out, and because I didn't want to miss one, because I feel like each one is individually important. So to create burning desire, you must have a compelling vision. So you must have that thing that is out there. And I know this is part of your homework, but that thing that's out there that's like pulls you, like you want it so bad that it doesn't matter what happens, you know you're going to get it. You have a full belief and confidence that you're going to get it because you're not going to give up. And you're going to go and you're going to push till you get it. You have to have that vision to create that burning desire. Because if you're not working for something, or if you don't have a vision, a compelling vision that you really want, the burning desire won't be there. So if you don't have that right now currently in your business, then start showing up to that and putting that out there and have it at the forefront of your conscious mind so that it pulls you in times when it's more difficult. So like, for example, my vision, like me and my husband, we always have talked about how when our kids get grown, we want to live on the beach. Like that's something that like means so much to us. One, because that's a space that we both love. It feels like our soul's on fire at the beach. We love the atmosphere. We love the town. You know, we don't know exactly where we're going to go yet. And maybe I should put that more direct into my vision. But we have this desire to do that. And then we also want an RV so that we can travel around, go visit people, go stay at different places, travel, see new things, experience life on that scale. And so those two things pull me. Like every time I feel like I can't do my business anymore, or I can't show up, or I'm not helping people, like just the thought that I may not get that, it it fires me up. And I'm like, no, I am going to get that. It doesn't matter what it takes. I'm not quitting till it happens. That's a burning desire. You have to find that vision for yourself, whether that be traveling, whether that be, retirement, whether that be paying for your kids' college, whether that be giving more experiences to your kids, whether that be getting out of massive debt that's causing stress and affecting your marriage. It doesn't matter what it is. You have to have that vision. So create that today. I know that's part of your homework. Then you have to have high enthusiasm. So there's days I'm not very enthusiastic, or maybe my attitude isn't as positive, but I do something to raise my vibe, whether that be personal development, or whether that be, you put on some good old school rap music and you booty shake around your house. I've definitely done that, so just something to raise your enthusiasm, raise your vibe. If you're not feeling it, if you're not feeling energetic, do something to raise your energy. Having that high enthusiasm and that high passion and that high energy is what's going to attract so much more to your business. So any moment that you feel blah or you don't have the energy, I would suggest looking into several things that you can do to raise your vibe, whether that be exercise, eating better, getting an energetic supplement. Maybe it's listen to rap music, do your personal development, something that is going to help you raise your vibe, because that high enthusiasm is going to bring that burning desire. And then the last thing is having wildly inspiring goals. So you may or may not have created goals for your business, and your goals are different than your vision. So your vision is long-term, I visualize my business is going to provide me this. Your goals are more daily, monthly, weekly, monthly goals that you want to set for your business, and they need to be wildly inspiring to you. So obviously my big vision is living on the beach, but my goal is to make so-and-so money a month or pay off X amount of debt by blank. The wildly inspiring goals are the things that excite you, that you're man, if I achieve this goal, it would make me feel really good. It would make me feel like I was being successful. It would make me feel on purpose. It would make me feel something that you're seeking. That happiness, less stress, whatever it is. So create those wildly inspiring goals in your business, short term and, semi-long term, and go after them. They need to be very specific. When you go and tell the universe, listen, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to achieve. If you have that wildly inspiring goal there, you're more likely to amp up your burning desire to achieve it. If you're just well, I'd like to make more money and it'd be cool to pay off debt, but you don't have a specific that you're working for, and it doesn't wildly inspire you that if it happened, it would create some massive shift in a pain that you have. Create an inspiring goal that is going to make a shift for you. And it doesn't have to be income. It doesn't have to be that at all. Some people, they're fine financially, or they love their jobs. And maybe your wildly inspiring goal has something to do with traveling with your family that you're not able to do, or being a part of a positive community where you feel uplifted and you become a better person. It doesn't matter what it is, but you create your own wildly inspiring goal that you're shooting for, so that ignites that burning desire within you to achieve it. Okay, so those are the 3 things that make up a burning desire. Now we're going to talk about ways that you can achieve it. So number 1, create a vision so strong that, we talked about, but then I want you to every single day spend at least 5 minutes visualizing in your head. So close your eyes. I just sit and I visualize and think about that vision. Picture yourself there. How would that feel? What would things smell like? What would things feel like? And for 5 minutes, go into a meditative state and just visualize the crap out of what you want. I mean, down to details, what things look like, what they feel like, and just spend that 5 minutes every single day in that vision. And if you start off your day like that, then that vision is going to be in your subconscious, and it's going to push you. It's going to ignite that burning desire. Number 2, fill your environment with affirmations and boosters that are going to help you. So like you can see, I have some up here: believe, have faith. I have several on the other side of my wall. They're all over my house. And I even told Jim the other day, I was like, we need to create even more that are specifically directed to what we want right now. And so we're going to do that, and we're going to post more around our house. But you can get these things online. You can make them by printing like affirmations that really mean a lot to you off and framing them and making them cute decorations. But put these affirmations that you really feel like would pull that burning desire out of you all around your household, so that you're constantly looking at it, even on a subconscious level. When you're not consciously reading that, if your subconscious picks up a lot more than your conscious brain. So put them all around your environment, and you'll start to actually believe the things that you're reading if you don't currently believe them now. Number 3, surround yourself with like-minded, supportive, and positive people. We can get in a space where we have that desire, and we come into our business and it feels great, and then we kind of like things happen in our life and it gets off course. But if you have like-minded people, if you're in a mastermind group, or you're in a space where you have a community of people that are like-minded, and you're showing up to those people every day, whether it be your team trainings or your company trainings or events or anything like that, where you can surround yourself with people that are like-minded, that think the way you do, and it can fuel you. When your burning desire is running a little low, that could ignite it again. That could help you, because it's hard when we're not around people that are in this space. They don't get it. Like, I know I have several friends that I used to teach with, and they don't understand what I do. They don't understand why I do it, because they're not a part of this world. And I totally get it. But at the same time, if I allowed other people's in that space opinion of what I'm doing, or maybe, you have parents that don't understand what you're doing, or a spouse that doesn't understand what you're doing. If they aren't supporting you, and they're constantly kind of just like low vibe about what you're doing and kind of like, whatever, like I don't get it, then you're going to be affected by that. That's just human nature. So keep yourself in a positive environment with like-minded people that are going after the same vision that you are, maybe a little bit different in this, but they have a big vision for their life, and they're doing this to achieve something, and keep in that space. Okay, and then number 4, feed your mind with empowering information every day. So I do this kind of either right before or right after my visualization time, but you want to do some sort of personal development around an area that you may be struggling in. It's all good and dandy, like, I know everyone's like personal development, but pick something that means something to you. Pick something that you're going through that would inspire you. Like, recently, a few months ago, we were struggling in the financial department, and I started noticing like a lot of my mindsets were off a little bit when it came to money, and I was noticing my language was like off, and it wasn't really like me. And so I got a personal development book called Creating Money, Attracting Abundance. And it was the thing I needed to reintroduce the concepts that I already knew, but I needed to revisit, and I needed to think about how I was showing up and how I was operating. And man, what happened after that is just amazing in the past 2 months. So always find that personal development, or that thing that you can do each morning that's going to first fill your mind and your brain before you give to the rest of the world. Number 5, take action each day towards parts of your business that fulfill you. This is a huge one, because we can get so caught up in the things that we don't like doing in our business because we feel like we have to, or this, that, or the other. And that's going to burn you out. It's going to take your burning desire away. If you are constantly focused on things you don't enjoy doing, if it's something you can hire out, by all means, hire that shit out. Like, don't do something that you hate doing unless it's just a part of your business that you have to do. If you don't like doing something part of your business that you have to do, you're going to have to suck it up and do it. But there are things that you can do that you can hire out that you don't have to do. Focus on the areas of your business that give you that joy, that give you that enthusiasm, that you feel passionate about. If you like teaching, for example, show up and teach people, whether that be on live video on Facebook or create a free group where you show up and teach things about your product or about your company or whatever you do. If you like having one-on-one conversations and coaching people, then get into a space where you're in conversation and then get them on the phone instead of working through Messenger. Like, focus on areas that give you the most joy in your business and really hone in on those more often than you do things that you don't like. Hire it out, spend less time, don't stress. And it's like I tell people, like, let's say you're someone who's like, oh my God, I have to do a blog, or I need a YouTube channel, or whatever. If you don't like writing, the blog isn't the space for you to build your business. If you don't like being on video, I would encourage you to try, because live video is where it's at right now. But don't create a YouTube channel. Do something that's in your wheelhouse, that excites you, that you're passionate about. Because I promise you, if you show up with that high enthusiasm and that energy in your business and areas that you love, then you're going to attract more people. There's people reading, there's people watching, there's people doing things, and you need to show up where you feel good and where you have the most enthusiasm. Okay, number 6. Create a daily plan, a daily list, whether you call it a DMO, a power hour list, whatever your daily activities that are going to move your business forward. Create that list, make sure it feels good, make sure it's right, and then you're going to stick to that list every single day. It doesn't matter what the heck happens. You cannot go to bed until that list is done. And that's going to create that commitment. It's going to cause you to kind of dig deep in that burning desire to stick to it. But when you do that, you're moving your business forward even on the days where you don't feel like doing crap. You don't feel like doing jack. But guess what? That list, you got to do the list. And once you start working on the list, then things may come in that you do feel better. It fulfills you, because this business fulfills you if you're doing things that you're highly enthusiastic about. So create that list. It's going to give you that burning desire, because if you're like, I don't feel like showing up for my business today, I don't want to do this. But then you're like, okay, I got to go to my list. And you do your things on your list. You know that's moving your business forward. You know it's money-making activities. You know that's things that you're highly enthusiastic about. It's going to ignite that thing in you that's like, okay, well, that wasn't so bad. Actually, that was really good. I just had this conversation with this girl who totally had amazing results. Or maybe I had a conversation with this girl who just changed her entire life because she was able to pay off her car payment. Or maybe I had this conversation with this girl and she's struggling so bad and I know I have a solution for her. Or maybe it's someone who is struggling with acne and I have a cleaning face solution for her and it's going to completely change her confidence. You're going to get into those conversations at the right moment if you're showing up like that, because the universe is going to bring you stuff that's going to fuel your burning desire if you are consistent with igniting it. So, those conversations then come into your space when you're feeling like that, and it's like, okay, yeah, this is why I'm doing this. This is amazing, and it reignites that burning desire. Number 7, burn the freaking ship. Now, what do I mean by that? So, all too often, we have this part of ourselves that's called the excuse maker. And the excuse maker comes in when we don't want to do something, or when it doesn't feel good, or when things are in that low of the roller coaster ride and you're like, crap. You can come up with 1,000 excuses to get out of it, or to not do it, or treat your business like a hobby instead of a business, and all that. But if you burn ships that are creating excuses for you, that gives you, a way of accomplishing something rather than sticking to that thing that's like, that's your go-to for your excuse. Whether that be your kids, your job, your husband, cleaning the house, I have to go do this, so I can't do that for my business today. Burn the excuse ship. Whatever it is for you, it is no longer serving your business, and you need to burn the shit out of it. Like, I know for me, sometimes because I work at home, it's like, sometimes it's hard because have all you see, crap, my kids left. I'm like, man, this place is a disaster. And I could use that as an excuse when I'm not feeling my business, or I'm in that low, or, I need to ignite that burning desire. But instead, I go clean the house and I don't do my business. Or I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to sweep and pick up, and I'm just burning time because I'm not wanting to focus on my business. So anything that you start noticing that you're using as an excuse maker, burn it up, write it somewhere. I will not use blank as an excuse to not work my business. And a lot of times people use their kids. And I hate to say that, it sounds terrible, but they're like, my kids, oh, they're the most important thing to me. I can't do this because of my kids. And I'm going to tell you that that is an excuse. You're using it as an excuse. Your kids should be your why. Your kids should be your drive, not your excuse to not do shit. If you really want something from your business, and even if your kid's sick, or even if your husband is bitching at you, or whatever it is, you have to take whatever excuse that you're using not to show up in your business and burn it. And say, I will no longer use this as an excuse. Instead, I will use it to fuel my burning desire to get it done. Maybe you cut out some time that day, but you don't skip the list and you get it done. Okay, so that's number 7. And the final thing that I was going to share with you. So today, your homework, number 1 is to list your top 5 visions, those things that are going to compel you, those things that you should close your eyes and focus on every single day. What are they? Create those visions, write them down, spend time each morning in them, feeling them, smelling them. They have to be the bigger end goals, the big things that and it has to be something that compels you, something that if you didn't have it, or if you don't achieve it and you're lying on your deathbed, you would feel like a total loss. And so that's your visions. And then number 2 is the top 3 things that give you the most enthusiasm in your business. For me, it's teaching. So that would be 1. And, just create those top 3 things that you absolutely get enthusiastic about and love doing in your business. And then 3 is write down 3 very specific, wildly inspiring goals that you can accomplish either in the next month or in the next 6 months. Things that fire you up. Things that if you don't do in your business, you're not going to see the fruition. It's not going to feel as good if you don't accomplish these things. Put an exact goal. So if it's make more money, you need to say exactly how much money, and you need to say when you're going to achieve it by. Create wildly inspiring goals and put exact numbers and exact dates to them so that you can start working for them. That can fuel your burning desire to reach them and meet them. And then I encourage you to continue to use everything we talked about today to move forward and keep rolling, because the world needs you. And your burning desire is what's going to continue to force you to become the best version of yourself and show up in your business where people need you the most. Because if you're doing half-ass, or if you're not showing up, or if you quit when it gets hard, or if you quit as soon as you're about to have a huge breakthrough, then the whole world is at a disservice. So go out there, turn your impact into massive income, and create that burning desire. Y'all have a great day.